Hi friends, remember this little tiny book that I got while thrifting? Well, today for our last episode of Christmas Sparkle, which is an open collaboration by Kathy and Patti, I am going to turn this book into a tiny junk journal, and I am so super excited to be making this. Now let's get back to the collab details. As mentioned before, this collaboration is hosted by Life with Patti and Kathy's Favorite Things. And I want to thank both of those ladies for including me in their collaboration. I've had a lot of fun working on Christmas goodies and doing it for this collab. There are a bunch of other collaborators as well, and they will be listed in my description box. Please check them out. This is the third and last week of the collaboration, so if you missed any of those videos, you can go into your search bar and type in hashtag Christmas Sparkle, and all of our videos will come up and you can check them out. I will list my Christmas Sparkle videos in the bottom of my description box. Now let's turn this cute little book, The 12 Days of Christmas, into a Christmas junk journal. This can be a junk journal, this can be a Christmas scrapbook, this could be a December daily. And so I wanted to let some of you guys know, because some of you might be new to the word junk journal. And I'm not going to get into all of the detail of what that is, but the point is you can use this little book as a scrapbook to hold all of your Christmas memories if you wanted to. If you've never taken a book and made it into a junk journal, I'll show you relatively quickly how easy it actually is. So you can see here that I removed these signatures from the spine, and a signature is basically, we'll call it a chapter, just to make the thought process easier. It's not a chapter, but we're just going to call it a chapter in a book. So there were two signatures in this little book, and the first thing I did was cut the string that was holding them together, and then I removed them from the book. And now here we are, we have just the cover. And I'm kind of checking it out and deciding what I want to do, but I'm going to use my razor tool and just cut right there. I'm going to do that twice down each side, and then I will be removing the spine of the book. Alright, so I have disassembled the book. We have the front and the back cover. We have the spine, which I may or may not use. And then these two were on the front and the back. They were the first two pages. I could turn these into pockets or something. And then we have the two little signatures. So friends, what we're gonna do, this is a small book, as you can see. It's maybe, actually I have a ruler right here. Let me see how many inches this thing is. It is 5.5 inches tall. So I want to make sure that I measure the pages that I'm gonna cut the same. And we're gonna go with traditional colors because that is what's in the book. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this. And I can definitely get 2 of these. And then whatever's left over, there's going to be just the tiniest bit right up here. And I think what we can do with that, I like to save those scraps. Since this is a small book, they could be small pockets, they could be small tags, they could be small embellishments. So we will we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So we're going to go ahead and get this, and this is double-sided. So we're going to get this cut so that they can be inserted into the book, and I will evenly distribute them between the first signature and the second signature. Now we know obviously that this is going to be too wide. So let's grab, what did I do with those pages? Oh my goodness, oh here they are. Let's grab our little pages. I'm gonna move these green ones aside real quick, but what we're gonna do is, whoops, we just need to open one of them and we're gonna see how wide they are. So they go to here, so I'm just gonna mark that with my pen and I'll do that on this one as well. All right, so now we're gonna cut these ends off. Whoops. I'm gonna cut them both at the same time. I've got them lined up pretty evenly. I think it should be fine. Now what's great about this is these are large enough to cut these in half. These will make great pockets inside. So they're not too big and they're not too small. So that's 4 pockets right there, which is great. Now let's check and see how we did. Let's fold this in half, and you know, this can go on the inside of a signature. It can go on the outside like this. We're a tiny bit tall, but I'm not gonna worry about that because I'm gonna have other pages in there too. And actually I kind of like it being on the outside of the signature. Kind of when you first open the book, then you'll have this and we'll have a pocket or something like that, you know, a side pocket or a belly band, you know, something like that. Then you would open it and then that would be the, we'll do a little washi tape or something here to cover that. But that's kind of cute. I like that for an opener. So let's do that for the second signature also. So then this will look like this. So then when you've got the book and you're flipping through it, in between the 2 signatures, you'll have this and that matches very nicely. So now I'm gonna just go get some other pages. I'm gonna put them in between, you know, so that there's some journaling spaces and things like that. I will go ahead and cut those to size and get them inserted, and then I'll kind of show you where I'm at, and then we'll go to the next step. Friends, my friend Lori at Enchanted Dream 71 sent me some old magazine pages. So let's use 2 of these, 1 in each signature. So let's do one with baby dolls. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And let's, oh I love that. Let's do one with trains. Yeah, perfect. So I'm gonna trim these to size and then we'll pop those in the signatures. All right, friends, I've got the 2 signatures ready for the next phase. I was gonna use some scrapbook paper. I had chosen all of these to put inside, but I changed my mind. I really wanted the old world look, so I had some coffee dyed Christmas paper, and that's what I went for. So now we've got more, you know, we have all of that throughout, so that creates a little consistency. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my espresso truffle ink on the edges of the white paper just to pull a little bit of an aged look together for it. Don't think you guys need to see me do that on camera, so I'm gonna do that off camera, but I'll show you the results when I'm done. All right, friends, I got all of the pages inked, and so, you know, that pulls it all together a little bit. And I'm not careful when I ink. I like it to be a little uneven like it is here because I think it looks pretty authentic. So, you know, if you see that, that's intentional. All right, the next phase is, for me, everybody makes journals the same but different, right? And so before I make my cover and sew in any signatures, I put all my pockets and embellishments in. That's just how I like to do it. So that's what we're gonna do next. All right, friends, so I just want to share with you real quick where we're at with our little journal. So I can't remember where we left off, but I think I told you that I inked all the edges, so I remember doing that. Then I went ahead and I put some pockets in. So I put one over here, and then after I was done putting some pockets in, I added some tabs. I found these in my stash and I thought they would be perfect. And I only had a certain number of them, so I used all but one in this little journal, and I just think they're a perfect little shiny, sparkly addition. And then on some of the pages I sewed in this little bit of lace. I don't want to show you everything right now because when we do the flip through, you know, I don't want you to feel like you've already seen everything. But I just want to tell you, I added pockets, I added the tabs, and I sewed in lace on a few of the pages. All right, my friends, this little journal is complete. I'm thrilled about it. I'm so grateful to Kathy and Patti for including me in their collaboration. Many of you saw that I picked this little book up at the thrift store, and I showed it off on Thrifty Thursday, and I knew I wanted to make a journal with it, and doing that for this collaboration is just perfect to me. So let me show you what we did. We enlarged our spine by quite a bit. This is about a 2-inch spine, maybe a little bit smaller. I covered the spine with some fabric, and you can see this is the red waxed thread that I used to bind the book. This is the original back cover, obviously the original front cover, and you can see here in this piece of artwork, the artist signed it here and it says 1986. So I thought that was pretty cute. Now you saw how I made much of it, so I won't talk a lot as I flip through. I'll just kind of let you enjoy seeing it. But if there's something that comes to mind that maybe I think I didn't show you, then I will go ahead and tell you about it. I did leave these pages intact and next to each other just because I thought it was nice to do that since it is the story of the 12 days of Christmas. And something I'm not sure if I showed you is that I did sew in lace on some of the pages and then these fabric tabs. There's plenty of room for journaling in this journal, or if you wanted to, you could add photographs, you know, family photos of the holidays, whatever you want to do. This can be a scrapbook as much as it can be a journal. I don't think I told you that I used this playing card as a pocket. I did that with 2 vintage playing cards. This is the center of the first signature, and so here is where when you tie in your signature, you have your leftover wax thread, and so I put a little bead dangle on it. Another thing I would like to mention is that I didn't over embellish this journal. You can see that here is pretty clean. I wanted to do that because it's lovely the way it is, but if somebody was new to junk journaling and they were kind of nervous about making one, but they thought that they could add something to it, it might be a little less intimidating than trying to create an entire one. So when you look through, you know, you could put little decorations on here or here, along with your journaling or your scrapbooking. These pages, I thought the artwork really does speak for itself, but if you wanted to, you could add a little something down here. You know, I wanted the person who purchases this, and this will be in my Etsy shop, but I wanted them to have the freedom to add some of their own, you know, flair to it if they wanted to. That is the end of the first signature. And now this is the beginning of the second signature. Again, this could be embellished if somebody wanted to do that. This is the other vintage card that I used to create a pocket, and I thought he was great with the trains. And somebody could use these as actual gift tags if they wanted, and then use the pocket for maybe a letter that they wrote or a card that they received from someone or something like that. This is another example of one of the items that could be embellished further if somebody wanted to, as well as this pocket. This is the center of the second signature, and I created a different bead dangle for this one. I thought this little piece on here was cute, and somebody could put the date, maybe a small detail here, and then they could finish their journaling inside, or sharing their memory. They could put the date, memory of, Christmas morning, or something that happened when they went shopping, or so it could say, for example, the date and then Christmas shopping, or something like that, or Christmas dinner, whatever, and then they could journal their thoughts and memories on the inside. And even they could journal their little thoughts and memories and then add like a little photograph right here, something like that. This really would be wonderful as a journal or a scrapbook. This is the very last page right here. This is the back of the journal. I wrote handmade by Creating with Jovi, and I signed it. And there it is, friends. I hope you love it. It will be available in my Etsy shop if you do love it and you want it. And again, Kathy and Patty, thank you so much for allowing me to join your wonderful collaboration. I hope you guys like what I created. And everybody, thanks for watching. See you soon.